Hey guys, it's brickwitchery here, and today I'm coming with a Hogwarts Harry Potter purist customs. First up, we have Remus Lupin. As you can see, he has the torso and legs from his 2010 variant from the Hogwarts castle. I've taken his face from the 2018 set and the hair as well from the 2010 set, and kind of just smash these two figures together. In my opinion, it looks way better than what they gave us in 2018, because that set, he just looks really old and I feel like he's way younger. So I just tried to bring out that youthfulness. Next up, we've got my custom Cormac McLaggen, everybody's favourite asshole.
Just needs to be quick, agile. I like my chances.
I've kind of taken the head of Crabble Goyle from, again, one of the Hogwarts Castle sets and put the spiky brown hair. I feel like it gives this kind of arrogant look, which is something that Cormac McLaggen is definitely known for. I've chucked him in his Quidditch uniform just because that's where you'll probably know him from best. Just the regular uniform. I took Harry from the Quidditch match and put his longer white legs on because I think Harry's a first year in that set. Anyway, so here he is. Next up, we've got Molly Weasley, and as you can see, I've taken the torso and skirt piece from the recent Attack on the Burrow set and just mixed and matched with her older variant. So you can see her face is the one from the 2010 The Burrow set, and also her old Hermione hair, I think. I know Hermione used to have a kind of darker brown version of that hair. So I just took the top half basically. So I took the head and hair from the 2010 variant and chucked it onto the top of the 2020 variant. I think that she looks way better just because the hair and face of the 2020 variant of Molly just makes her look so old. Also the exact same head as Helga Hufflepuff, which is not great because basically they've got the same look. But anyway, I'm just gonna quickly grab Helga Hufflepuff so we can compare. As you can see, Helga Hufflepuff here, she's got the same face and it just doesn't seem right. Helga Hufflepuff is obviously meant to be quite an older woman, and Molly's definitely a little bit older, but she's not this old. I personally love this version of Molly Weasley better because her hair just matches her film appearance so much better. She's got the more messy fringe and messy hair, which is much longer than just a kind of shortcut bob that they have her in the 2020 Burrow version. In the 2020 Burrow, she has this piece here and I just don't think that it matches. I just don't think it matches Julie Walters' look. I mean, her hair does not curl up at the ends. Up next, we've got Pansy Parkinson. Now you might be thinking, why has she got such short hair? Well, she's actually her younger variant. I know earlier in the series they had another actor who had shorter hair, and I just thought that this hair and this facial expression went so well with her younger version. As you can see, it's a bit of a bob with a fringe, which is so accurate that I couldn't not have her with that hair. And then her face has this scornful look about her, which is pretty accurate for Pansy, as she's definitely not a nice character. And I've just chucked her in the regular Slytherin robes because I don't think we see her in anything but the Slytherin robes. And next character we have here is Lavender Brown. Now you may notice that I'm using the same torso and legs from the Astronomy Tower set, which I thought they kicked it out of the park with that one. It looks amazing. Like you can kind of see she's got this ugly necklace going on, a little, maybe perhaps a reference to the Half-Blood Prince where Ron gets given an ugly necklace from her, and then also the heart shirt, which I think is something that she actually wears. Maybe correct me in the comments. Anyway, so you can see that I've changed out her face and her hair, so that's the pop star hair, I think, in a lighter brown, because I know she has a lighter brown blondish hair color. And I think that they got the colour perfect for her original Lego character. But the Friends hair pieces just aren't it, honestly. I mean, they're rubbery and they're not very nice. And Personally, I hate these holes in their hair pieces. I know it's just a small thing, I'm nitpicking here, but I just really don't like these Friends robbery hair pieces, and I don't think it matches her at all. So that's why I decided to go with this pop star hair piece. Anyway, the face I've used is actually Queenie's from the CMF. I just thought it kind of suited her really well because it's a very, very happy, but maybe overly happy face, because Lavender's always seen kind of jumping around and smiling and going all wrong and stuff, so I thought this kind of matched her really well. An interesting one we've got here is Hermione from the first movie, The Philosopher's Stone, or The Sorcerer's Stone for all you Americans. So here I've got her wearing a cardigan and just some short legs to represent her being in first year. I chose this look because in the last part of The Philosopher's Stone, she and Ron and Harry are all down there fighting, you know, on the chessboard, Devil's Snare, all that.
Lucky we didn't panic.
And she's wearing this kind of sweater, which I tried to find, but this is the closest I came to. I remember it was like a farewell sweater or something like that, and it's just got a very homey but maybe a little bit of an old-fashioned feel to it. I put Hermione with her first year hair because she's still got the fringe going on. I just think this matches her really well in that scene. Next character we have here is Fleur Delacour. And I swapped out her face just because I didn't really like her face that came in both the Hungarian Horntail set and the Goblet of Fire Clock Tower set. I just think it looks really off for some reason. I know they use the same face for not only her, but Hannah Abbott from the student pack, which was really odd. Here we've got Hannah Abbott. See, like she had the exact same face. I'm just going to chuck up a photo of her from the Clock Tower, but just the same face just doesn't seem right to have characters in the same series. Additionally, Ginny Weasley also shares their face, but with ginger eyebrows. Thank God for that. But she does share the same face. Look at that. That's unbelievable. So Lego seems to be reusing their faces. It's really, really odd, but I just wanted to change it out to, you know, give her something a little bit different. And I figured, since I'm pretty sure she has blue eyes in the movie, and she's meant to be a Viola, half Viola, as the book fans would know. So she's meant to be very, very pretty. So I thought that this kind of gorgeous face would fit her nicely. And then everything else is just the same as you get in the Clock Tower. Next up is Cho Chang, and she has a different skin tone here, as you may have noticed, and I've done that because I just don't think that the Lego designers did her justice with either the CMFs or the student pack. I mean, if you just take a look at her from the CMF, her skin tone is completely off. This isn't right. Her skin tone is the exact same color as the Patel twins, and they are much, much darker in the films. So I just don't understand what Lego was going with this. So I decided to switch it out for a lighter skin tone. I kept her hair because I do think that is one thing that they got spot on. They really did her justice with her hair. She looks amazing. From the Order of the Phoenix, her hair looks exactly the same. One thing I did decide to take into account when I was choosing out her face is her expression. I couldn't think of what expression to give her because she's kind of a very middle of the road character. She doesn't really have many defining moments other than the kiss, and it's kind of a bit, I don't know, meh, to be honest. So book readers will remember that she was always crying.
Because Cho spends half her time crying these days, said Hermione vaguely. She does it at meal times, in the loos, all over the place.
So I decided to pick out a crying face. So I'm just going to give you a close-up here. She has actually a tear on her. This face is actually from the Whitecap Bay, the Pirates of the Caribbean set, and it's one of the mermaids, Serena, I think. Anyway, so she's got a tear coming down her face. I just thought that worked perfectly with the plot of the Order of the Phoenix, just kind of a little bit of an Easter egg there. Another character we've got here in her student robes is Susan Bones. Now, we have actually gotten Susan Bones in one of the sets. I think it's the Great Hall, but I really did not like her Great Hall figure. Now, what I've done to change her, I've kept her torso because I think what I've done is I've switched out her face. Her face originally was this very generic young girl face, which they've also used the young version of Ginny, which is kind of ironic because they've used basically the same version of Susan Bones for Ginny, and they're not the same character. I've actually, now that I've said that, this sounds a bit weird, but I've used Ginny's CMF face from the CMF series too for Susan Bones, mainly because we don't have a lot of ginger eyebrowed characters in Lego, so it was very difficult for me to find anything ginger really. So I had limited options, but I did choose this face because I think she looks a little bit youthful here compared to some of Ginny's other variants, mainly from 2010. She looks much older. Here's Ginny's 2010 variant, and she does look a lot older, as you can see, so you'll understand why I went for Ginny's CMF face, as she looks a little bit younger, a bit more cartoonish. I picked that version out for that reason, and I also reused the Molly hair because as Susan Bones has the kind of messy fringe, I couldn't find anything that equated to her tying her hair back a little bit into kind of a half updo that has also fringe on it, so this is kind of the best I could do with that. But I do like the way that she looks, and as long as Lego doesn't come out with any other hair pieces that would match her better, I like this as her figure. Our final character here is Percy Weasley, and as you can see, I've reused the hairpiece from Lupin, but I just thought this matched him so well. I just think this hairpiece kind of sticks up in the same way that Percy's in the movies does, which makes it such a perfect candidate to be used as his character. So I used the facial expression of our young Ron. I really like Ron's angry face. So this is a mad face, and I think it captures Percy's not happiness, kind of sternness, bossiness. I'm trying to come up with a way to say this, but I just can't. He just got a regular robe from the CMF, Hermione, because I feel like him and her have the same kind of vibe going on with their buttoned up robes, compared to someone like Ron or Harry who have theirs slightly undone or sticking out. Anyway, so you see he's got a kind of pompous look about him. I'm not entirely happy with this version of Percy though, because his face looks a little bit young. I just couldn't really think of another character's face to use for this one. Honestly, again, there's not many ginger eyebrowed characters in Lego, so I didn't really have many choices to pick from, but I'm gonna say this is probably the best that we're gonna get to him unless Lego decides to make an actual version of Percy Weasley. I mean, not likely. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching, and subscribe if you want to, like or leave me a comment. Tell me how you feel about these figures and which one do you think you would change. Did I stuff up anything in your opinion? And which characters do you think I should try and have a shot at next? Anyway, see you later.